Recalibration library. Let's deep dive and expose my OCD on how I prioritize what to do. Core, attributes, talents. Oh my. Hey y'all! Welcome on IGY6 Games, the gamer channel that brings you a variety of entertainment and content. Bo here and here. Before I kick things off, I'd appreciate the love by y'all sharing and hitting those icons that need to click it. With that said, check out the social medias where I post daily and keep in touch with the followers. Now let go. Now be sure to stick around towards the end. It's my first giveaway as I approach that 1K milestone. Now this is nothing gaming wise, but it deals with sports. If you're a sports fan, stick around. Now apologies to all you intermediate advanced agents out there that clicked on this video. This video is not meant for you, and I believe I'm setting up the title for you not to click on it. This is for the beginning agents and a buddy or two of mine that I've promised myself to, and to myself. I meant to get this damn video out way long ago, but here it is now. So let's start with prioritizing what to do with the attributes, the core attributes, and the talents with your weapons and gear. Now all you brave agents who have dared to enter the Division 2 world after being a year over release, it could be a little overwhelming when you first hop in the game. There's a lot to do and it's all around your build. And we start with the library. Now let's start with weapons. With the core attribute, that is that weapon type's weapon damage percentage. They all cap out at 15%. With attributes, you get additional little perks, little damages with health, damage to armor and whatnot. And then you have the weapons talents. I'm sure you're aware of weapon talents in the division. Unless you're a brand new noob, then woo, we got some work to do. But with all these, you want to prioritize, in my opinion, I go with just the basic attributes first. If you get those, you put that shit in. Now, dealing with it being not max rolled, I would not focus on that. Just focus on when you get a max rolled attribute, throw it in your library. There's many more attributes there are than getting a weapon damage attribute, core attribute max rolled. You'll get those a dime a dozen while you're playing. While you're getting that grind in, when you get that plain attribute, max roll attribute, you put that in the library. Then, second priority is go for the core attribute. Get that weapon types percentage for that weapon damage. Get that put into your library. And then you go for talents. All you gotta do is target loot grind, and you will find targets out the wazoo. You'll get targets out again. Talents out the wazoo. Don't worry about talents. Don't worry about your core attribute. Get those attributes first, then core attributes, then talents. Now as we go on to the gear section of the library, they've changed it up a bit if you've been out of the game a while. It's only chest pieces and backpacks that now have talents. So, pretty much the same priority. There's way more attributes than there are core attributes. So when you get that max roll attribute on, say, a chest piece, say you have a talent you still don't have in your library, and you have a decent core attribute roll, but you have just a plain attribute max rolled, you gotta throw that in. It could be a while till you run across that again. Core attribute max rolls, you'll get those pretty often once you're still in the grind. You're gonna run across them. The talents, again, if you're just target looting for that particular geared piece, you'll get talents out the wazoo. No issues there. Alright, prioritize. Attribute, core attribute, talent. It's pretty much that simple. Now, here's the tricky part though. What happens if you get two main attribute or 2 attributes, or say an attribute and a core attribute, both max rolled. What I simply do, unless I really want to put one of those in the library, I hold on to majority of them and just set for recalibrate, because who knows when that piece may come in handy. And now a lot of people are like, yeah, fuck off, Bo. There's the meta out there. I know what to do. I'm just going to go for these particular attributes and all that. But if you're a division vet, back from day one of the division, we know with every goddamn update, there's a rebalance. And they change this shit up all the time. You never know when that particular piece is going to be in handy with those particular attributes. They always rebalance. They always make shit stronger. They always nerf shit. So you want those 2 max roll attribute type pieces that you pick up. Unless you desperately want that shit in your library, I'd recommend setting it for recalibration and set it aside if it's not needed at the time. Do I even need a deep dive into a god roll? If you get all 3, the core attribute and the 2 attributes, if you get them all max rolled, I tell you what, there's certain people who play with their play style. They don't just go to the meta and play that. Now for those people, I definitely recommend favorite that bitch, lock it away so you never get rid of it, or don't turn it into your library. Because that, of course, again, can be handy down the line. But if you're just going to chase that meta, you know, you already know what to go for. So just fucking turn it into the library if you know you're never going to use it. I mean, who gives a shit about health, right? Anyway, but now we got to roll all this with talents too. So you got to keep in mind, if you have 2 god roll attributes or a core attribute and an attribute, and you have a shit talent, you know what? That at times can just be turned into the library. It's like, you know what? I'm chasing for that fucking mid-max roll. And you're only going to get that if you have 3 things that you particularly want, and you can recalibrate for that one thing to replace. Now, those situations come up. It's very few far in between, but it does. So keep in mind, when you have the weapons and the chest piece or backpack, you're chasing 4 things that you want on one piece. That could be tough, and it's a hell of a grind to get those. And one last thing I want to bring up is with the utility or skill tier. This is the easiest part. When you have skill tier, you're only recalibrating that 1 attribute or the 2 that comes with that piece. So there's no max core attribute with skill tiers. You have a fucking skill piece. This is only for gear pieces now. If you have a skill tier in that core attribute, then obviously you're just focusing on the attributes. So that's a little more into the recalibration part of the game. But it comes in handy in knowing, it's good to know that the core attribute serves no purpose other than to take up a skill tier and make you a little bit stronger on your skill build. You only focus on the attributes with those particular pieces. So that's the basics with dealing / prioritizing your library. I hope this helps you new agents out. But now on to the giveaway. Are you a fan of the fucking Houston Rockets like I am? Because I recently ran into a shite load of official, not shit bought in stores, official Rocket swag. And of course, this is COVID season, y'all. So I got 2 masks, 2 official Rocket staff masks to give away. You a fan of the Rockets? Subscribe, comment down below to let me know. And like. I don't know if you like it, I guess. I don't even know if you subscribe. What the fuck? How do they do this? Anyway, leave a comment, I guess. It's the only fucking way I know. Tell me if you want it. I'll hit you up. I'll send it out. No problems. Do I have my outro? Fuck no. Let's call that the outro. And as always, I say, peace.